Hello children, welcome to CA class. Today we will start chapter 5 algorithms and flowchart. So students, here first of all you should know what is a program or a software. You might have seen that you are able to draw something in computer. So when you start computer, then a software loads, that is operating system. The first screen that appears is the desktop, and if you have to draw something, then you will use a software. Then there is a very simple software, that is MS Paint. You are very much familiar with MS Paint software. You are using it since childhood, and you can open MS Paint software and you can draw something in it. That means MS Paint is a software. That software is created with the set of instructions. There is lot of programming behind creating that software. Okay, you will be able to get a software as a whole, but in the background there is the lot of code behind it, and that is known as set of instructions, and the set of instructions combinedly form a program. So whenever you might have seen that if you have to solve a math problem or you have to cook something, then you need to follow some steps. Okay, like in maths you have to write the steps, means solution in the steps. So that is the algorithm of that question, math question. And if you are creating a recipe, like if you are cooking something, then if you have the steps, means the recipe of that dish, of the dish that you want to cook, then that is the algorithm of that recipe. The algorithm is actually a technical term. Like in computer, if we have to create a program or a software, then first of all we have to create an algorithm. Okay, so algorithm contains some steps to solve the problem, so that we can write a nice program, an efficient program, and then we can create a software. So algorithm very much resembles the recipe. Okay, like if you are cooking a dish, then you know you have to follow the recipe. The same way, if you have to write a program, then you have to follow the algorithm, the steps of the algorithm. Then in algorithm, few things are important. First of all, how to start the algorithm, then what is the process in the algorithm, and then how the algorithm will end. If you are doing anything in the computer, there are some set of instructions executing behind it. That means these are the lines of programs. So those lines of programs form a software. Okay, so when you click on any icon, the software starts. So you might have seen that when you start any software or you work on any of the software, some softwares are very fast and some softwares are slow. Some softwares are very productive and some softwares are not so productive. Then it depends on it depends on how the software is written, how the software is designed. So efficiency and usefulness of the program always depends on the way it is designed. Okay, and who is designing the software? Software developers are designing the software. They used to program the software. So now here we will study about two program design tools. Okay, here you will not be able to write the program. You will not be able to create the software. That we will study in our next chapter. But here you will learn to create the algorithm and flowchart that is very efficient to build logic to create the programs. So first of all, there is algorithm. Here the steps are written in English language in the form of small English sentences, and in flowcharts we have shapes. Okay, there are certain shapes we have to follow to start the flowchart and to end the flowchart, and for process, for input, for output, there are different shapes. We can use the flowchart to write the flow of the program. Now students, we will study about algorithm. So algorithms is actually a logical sequence. You might have seen that when you are cooking a dish, then you follow certain steps in the recipe. Before that you need ingredients. Okay, so here also in algorithm, we have to choose some values that we have to insert in our program. Like if we have to add two numbers, we need two numbers first of all and one more number to insert the result, to store the result. So algorithms are actually logical sequence of discrete steps. Okay, the sequence will be completely logical. One after the other we will properly write the steps. It should not be like that we are writing first step and then we are writing ninth step and then we are writing third step and then we are writing seventh step. So there will not be a proper logic and where our program will be wrong. It will not be giving a proper output. So there should be a logical sequence in which the program runs and there should be a discrete steps. Discrete means simple and small steps that describe a complete solution. We will write many simple steps, simple small steps, and then we will write whole program, and we will write algorithm in a simple form so that the program executes very fast. It does not take much time. Okay, so a complete solution we will describe for a given problem in a finite amount of time. The algorithm should be clearly mentioned. Okay, so there are certain constants we have to follow while writing algorithm. So those are actually each operation must be definite. Each and every operation, okay, the steps in algorithm should be definite. It should have some answer. That means if we are writing, if you are dividing 6 by 2, you know very well you will get an answer. But if you divide 6 by 0, you will not get any answer. Okay, or if we are adding 3 to a, is it possible? No, we cannot add 3 to a. For that we have to specify a value to the a. Okay, so for that we have to write a equals to 2 and then 3 plus a we can write. So if we are writing 6 divided by 0, it is not possible. If we are writing 3 plus a, that is not possible. So it is not permitted in the program. So we don't have to write such steps. Okay, each and every step should have a definite solution, and the same way we have to write it. Each operation must be effective. Effective means it can be done using paper and pencil in finite amount of time. You might have seen if you are solving a math problem and if you are stuck, you get a long answer, and after that also you get a long solution, and after that also you are not getting the answer. Here you should think that you are able to write the algorithm in pen and paper, okay, and then it should be written in a finite amount of time also. Like you might have seen that if you are adding two numbers, that is very easy. If you are adding hundreds of numbers, that is also possible. Okay, but if you are multiplying real numbers means decimal numbers, then possibly the answer can come in decimal, and it can be in large decimals also. There can be so many digits after the decimal that you are not getting the proper answer. So that can happen. So each and every operation, every step should be effective. Now each operation must be finite also. Every step must be having a solution, so that overall when the program executes, it executes very fast. Students, you might have seen that if you are starting some software or using some softwares you are able to use very quickly. Okay, you can understand the program very easily. The software also responds quickly. But some of the softwares you might have seen, it takes too much time to load, then it takes too much time to execute each and every operation, like Corel Draw, then movie making softwares. They are complex softwares. They contain complex coding behind it. Okay. So the program, we have to write simple steps so that we can get a definite solution in a specific amount of time, in a finite amount of time. Now students, we will study the characteristics of good algorithm. See, the programs can be written in many ways. Like if we have to add numbers, we have to add thousands of numbers. Then we can simply add the first number, second number, third number, and so on. That you know the simplest method to add. We can use repeating loops also. Okay, like the number will be incremented or number will be inserted in the loop. one by one, and then it will be added in a variable. Or one more method is there. We have a formula in maths, n into n plus 1 divided by 2 to get the sum of n numbers. So there are many ways by which we can solve the problem. So just now I told you 3 algorithms to solve the addition of the thousands of numbers. So program is representation of an algorithm. See, program is algorithm only, but algorithm is to write in simple English like language. But program will be written in programming language. But it will follow the algorithm that we have decided. If I want, I can write the program to add sum of n numbers in many ways. So the same way, it depends on the algorithm, that what algorithm you have thought for your program, and then you have to use a programming language. See, there are so many programming language, and in all programming language you can write programs. Okay, same programs can be written or something different. There are many languages like C, C++, Java, then VB, and C# for websites, JSP, Java Servlet Programming for websites. Then Java programming language is also there for softwares. Before that we can use NetBeans to create softwares. If you are writing a program, then efficiency of program depends on two factors. It depends on algorithm only, but you have to check the correctness of the algorithm. Like if you have written the algorithm, but it is not giving the proper solution. So we have to check whether the algorithm is giving the correct result or not. Output and result means same. Okay, the result is also known as output. So if the algorithm is giving the correct output for the given set of inputs, then the algorithm is correct. Okay, that means if we have to add hundreds of numbers, then we have to insert 100 number in the program, and after that also it is not giving the correct answer, that means our algorithm is wrong. Now, efficiency of an algorithm. Okay, it also depends on the efficiency of the algorithm, that how our algorithm is working, how fast it is working, then how many steps are there, and how much memory is required. Got it? If we are writing a program, you might have seen some software starts very quickly and some softwares take time to start. Now what is the difference here? It depends on the algorithm of writing the program. If the program is starting very fast, that means it has having the efficient program, simple line of steps of programs, and it requires less memory also, and that is why it is starting fast. And if there are complex softwares like movie making softwares, it takes time to start because it is loading so many things. So they are not so fast because there are millions of lines of codes behind the software. So it is a complex software and it requires lots of memory also. Now, so if we have to check whether the algorithm is efficient or not, then we have to check how fast it is. Okay, how simple. We have written a simple program or we have written a complex steps, that we have to check. Okay, to solve a problem, we are writing simple steps or we are writing complex steps. The efficiency of algorithm depends on it. Now, how much resource, that means memory, how much resources are required, that also shows the efficiency of an algorithm. Now students, I will tell you the uses of algorithm. So first of all, see, there are many uses of algorithm. Every program, any software, any website you have seen, there is some logic behind it. There are some lines of programs behind it. There is lot of analysis and thinking behind it. Okay, so many people work together to form a software or a website. So first example we will study is search engine. Search engine you might have seen, Google search engine, Yahoo search engine, then Bing, Amazon, and many search engines are there. So when we write something in Google, the Google search engine will search that word in all the websites. in all the websites, and then it will give you the result. So there is some algorithm behind it. Then weather forecasting. For weather forecasting, you might have seen that people used to get estimations of weather earlier. So how it is done? With the help of weather forecasting program, where the satellite pictures are studied, and then according to that the weather patterns will be generated. So there is a specific software written for that. Then sorting. You might have seen that you can sort numbers, you can sort letters in ascending and descending orders. So there are various ways to sort the data. There can be a small group of data that can be sorted, or if we want, we can sort millions of records. So it depends. If in a company there are thousands of employees, 5,000 or more than that, then their data can be sorted, preparing your result. Then we can sort data according to the marks you have got, or we can sort the data according to your name and so on. So when we click on the sorting button, then the sorting algorithm runs, means sorting program will run and it will give us the desired result. Now pattern recognition. So for this, biometric sensors also are using some softwares. They can recognize the fingerprints, and face recognition is also done with these devices. Okay, there is the algorithm means program behind it, which will read the pattern of the fingerprint, and then it will match with the with our fingerprints. The same way the face recognition. So students, only this much for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.